Hey, what's up guys? Brownie here coming to you with some more AFKJourney, and today I want to talk about the new hero Tassy. We've had a bit of time now to really play around with her and test her and see what she's actually capable of, and she's not too bad in some game modes. There's actually she's a lot of fun in some of the game modes that we have, and it's a really cool hero to use. However, there's other game modes, like important game modes, where she just doesn't shine, and yeah, for that reason she's probably not really a must pull in my eyes. But we're gonna talk about all that here in a minute. So let's just take a look at her skills for a second and talk about how they synergize together, because they're actually, her skill set's really interesting and cool in my opinion. Her ultimate and this skill Dream Dance synergize really well with her mythic skill Shimmering Dust. So we're going to talk about how those three skills come together, and then her Fluttering Dream skill synergizes with the Supreme Plus skill, which is, I mean, it's cool. These two skills are cool, but they're more just like a survivability thing. So there's nothing really big behind the mechanics of those two skills. So I really want to just focus on the ultimate, and then the Dream Dance skill, and then the Shimmering Dust mythic skill. So the ultimate says that Tassy summons a dream that lasts for 3.5 seconds, and it hypnotizes all the enemies. They can't move or act during that time, and they take 70% damage per second. So a decent little active. It fits the wilder theme of CC, and also wanting to have the enemy all grouped up in the same area, because if you look at her Dream Dance skill, it says that Tassy consumes 10% of her current HP, so she actually has to sacrifice her HP to deal damage, but she deals 110% of that 10%. She deals 10% or 110% of the consumed HP to adjacent enemies, stunning them for 0.5 seconds. Wow, I could not read. And the damage dealt will be no less than 60% of her attack. And then she flies to the furthest enemy and applies the same effect to adjacent enemies. However, the second hit on the enemy will only deal 50% of the original damage. So she's running around the battlefield, stunning everybody, and then also doing her ultimate, which hypnotizes everyone. So she has 2 CCs in her kit. Now the second CC is a bit of more of just like an interruption, and because it only lasts for 0.5 seconds. However, when you look at the mythic skill, whoops, that's the hero focus. When you look at the mythic skill, it says that Tassy gains 70 haste and reduces 90% damage taken for 5 seconds after casting Eternal Dreamscape, which is the ultimate. So she'll cast the ultimate, she'll gain all this haste, she gains a huge amount of damage reduction, and then during this time, Dream Dance, which is this skill right here that she goes around and stuns everybody, that skill will no longer cost HP to cast, so she no longer has to sacrifice her health, and then it also has no cooldown. So she's able to cast this over and over and over again, and you'll see in fights that she's just like constantly stunning the enemies, and having them grouped up is really, really powerful for her. So that's why I was saying she really fits that CC meta that the Wilders have. Also, they all seem to really like having the enemies grouped up and not spaced out. But yeah, that's pretty much how these all three skills synergize really well together, because she casts the ultimate, and once that first ultimate goes off, it starts this chain reaction, because the amount of haste that she's granted, especially if you have it leveled up to level 4 on her mythic skill, which is 130 haste, that's so much haste. And then if you have other heroes that are feeding energy, like Rowan, or you're using artifacts that help increase her energy gain, you're going to get a lot of actives, and then she's going to be doing this skill, Dream Dance, a ton. I wanted to pause it here quick because I forgot to mention when I was recording the fact that all these skills synergize so well together and come together when she gets her Mythic Plus skill. I would say if you even start pulling for her, you should not stop until you at least get Mythic Plus, because she turns into a totally different hero when she gets all these skills opened up. So yeah, and I'll show you guys what it looks like to so you guys can see, but excuse me. She works really, really well in the talent tree section because, you know, the light bearers talent tree, I'm sure you guys have all heard this by now. But yeah, the light bearers, you know, you get 2 actives, so if you put her on one of the tiles that provides that, you're going to get a lot of Tassy actives, and Rowan on the other tile feeding energy is just going to provide that many more, and it just becomes really crazy. So let's go ahead and check that out. I also want to talk about the team I'm using with her. So what I've actually been doing lately is using Lucius, Aaron, along with Walker and Rowan, and then I have Tassy here. And I sometimes use Verdant Spell because Verdant Spell actually increases the energy gain by 20% for mages, and Tassy is a mage. So this provides some really nice buffs for my whole team, plus something that I really, really need for Tassy, which is energy gain. And then I also use Resonating Spell too, and then the Tide Call spell. So we're going to mess around with Verdant here, because I do like to use Tide Call with the Hypogean Celestial team that people like to be running. So anyway, let's go ahead and check this battle out. And I haven't fought this team yet, so I don't know. Maybe I can't even beat this wave. I think I'm pushing at a decent deficit. So, you know, I'm at like 11 million power, and they're at like 32. So it's decent deficit, I think. But anyway, the stuns that Walker does, along with Tassy's sleeping or hypnotizing, and then also stunning on top of it, it just makes for a really good combination. And then Aaron grouping them all together, and Rowan feeding energy, and Lucius just providing shields all the time. It's just a really, really, really good team. I mean, you can see it's doing really well, but you can see how once she gets her first active, it's just never-ending actives pretty much from then on. It's so good. I really have a lot of fun with this team, honestly. So if you're looking for a hero that's a lot of fun to use, now I keep in mind that we're probably not going to have these talent trees next season, so you know, she might not be as fun next season. We'll have to see what happens, but she's a really good hero for this season with the talent tree or the talent trials, and that's really the only. Well, she's all right in AFK stages. She's not gonna push as good as some of the other heroes, so like it's not like she's gonna be replacing Lily May or something like that. She's a solid hero in AFK stages is really all it is. But the one thing you have to keep in mind is you really need to have, I think you need to have a pretty established account to really make her work. Otherwise you run into the chance of not being able to support her long enough to get an active off, and it can be really, really difficult. So yeah, I say if I wouldn't really think about pulling for her unless you have a good established account with a lot of Supreme Plus heroes, or at least like a lot of Mythic Plus heroes that you can use to support her and get her to her first active, so things can start happening in the fights. But yeah, you can see right here, I'm at 11.7 million power, and they're at 31 million power. So it's a decent deficit. She can push, but the other game modes that you would maybe want to use her in, or you would hope she'd be good in, like Dream Realm, she isn't good there. I haven't really found a boss that she's good at yet. I tried her against the bear, thinking that maybe her hypnotizing and her stuns would help with getting rid of the stacks that he has, but it doesn't work. And yeah, it's just not nearly as good as the teams we're using currently. So yeah, she's really just a no-go in Dream Realm, so I wouldn't pull her for Dream Realm reasons. Let's see, what else is there? PvP. Now, PvP, she can be good on defense on that special arena map, but there's ways to beat that team, and it's not like a guaranteed successful defensive team against everything that you're going to run into. You're going to have people that beat it. So I do want to do more testing with the PvP, so I'm probably going to do a dedicated Tassy PvP video later, so I'm not going to get really into the arena right now, but yeah, she has some spots where she can fit. We'll talk about it in a future video. Anyway, I think that's really all about it. That's my main point that I wanted to make, was that you really should probably have a decently established account before you pull for her, and there's other heroes that are gonna do a way better job for you. Especially a hero like Lily May. If you compare Lily May to Tassy, it's just there's no comparison, because Lily May can take a brand new early free-to-play account, low spender account, and just make it into this like monster of an account that gets tons and tons of progress, where if you got an early Tassy leveled up and all that stuff to like Supreme Plus or Mythic Plus, she's not really gonna push the way she wouldn't be able to push you the way Lily May could, or the way even like an Odie could, because Odie's going to get you way better results in Dream Realm and all that kind of stuff. So I really just, if you're free to play, low spender, don't have an established account, or you're just starting out, I'd probably just ignore Tassy for now. Plus, we still have quite a few days left on her banner, so if we all discover something crazy that she can do, and for some reason we haven't figured it out yet, you still have time to pull for her. You have 15 days, so definitely don't pull for her now. I'm probably just going to say you're probably going to want to skip on her. She's a hero you get for your account later on down the road. But anyway, I think that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, got something out of it and all that stuff. But yeah, if you can, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate any subscribers. I've been sitting at like almost 1,500 forever now, and I haven't been posting a lot. I've just been super busy, but I'm going to try to get more videos out for you guys in the future. But anyway, have a good one, guys. See you in the next one.